Warrior Gaming's. Typically, I would normally start off by doing like a Let's Play or anything like that, but this is something I'm going to try with you guys, is have a separate video called Let's Chat. It's basically where I will have, I gotta, hold on. I have to edit how loud this is, because I am... This is loud. It might be... I don't know, I might need to do that for now, because that was loud for me. So what I'm going to be doing for Let's Chat is basically I am going around just chatting with you guys. You guys can chat in the comments. I'll just be playing video games in the background. I'm not really set on this, so to say. It's just like ask me like questions, not like anything too private or anything like that. You guys just talk. My dogs are trying to get into my room. I shut the door. So, you may be asking, they're trying to get in, I'm not wanting them in. You may be asking, where have you been? Why haven't you been uploading, similar to Jacob? Well, a lot of things have happened. Mainly, sadly, I had lost my great uncle. Then a dear family friend died, and then another family friend died. And it has been kind of hard on me, and I will be taking an extended leave from work eventually to go up for a funeral. And then I also found out my mom had skin cancer, so today, exactly just an hour before this stream started, she had surgery to have it removed. She has to go back to see if the cancer is gone. They think they caught it early enough so it didn't develop into melanoma, and she won't have to go through any more surgeries to have it removed. She does have to go back to get skin grafts. So yeah, that's one reason why I'm just going to do like these Let's Chats maybe now and again. And second of all, I was originally going to do just another walkthrough of Cyberpunk 2077, but my game corrupted because of the new update. So, yeah, it's it's just another thing. So, I am actually, as you guys know, I did start a gameplay of this. I think it was like last year or something. I was doing it with our friend Wade. He was kind of helping me. I was terrible at the game, and I'm still probably going to be terrible. But I'm just going to kind of just play a new game.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
See, people say this isn't Gurnham who gives you the blood contract. I'm not 100% sure about that. See? Yeah, origins. Let's see. Higher resistance. This one is always hard to do because I don't know what exactly. what I want to start off with. Lone survival. Cause I learned that if you have more skill, it helps with the repose, or basically yeah, I'm just waiting for everybody to come to the stream, possibly, so. I'm trying to make my own character, but it's probably gonna go like bad. Really bad. Yeah, that just goes wider. I'm terrible with like tones and stuff. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at this. I kind of like that scar right there. Scar marking. Kind of want it more red. Make it look like it's fresh. And I do wear actual glasses. Nope. Okay. Just scale. Face details. Where's the... Oh, I've totally passed pupils. Color of pupils. Trying to get it to more of a brown. Oh, that's turning it more into a hazel. I think I need to max out the red. Okay, and then... Nope. Let's turn it violet. So maybe I do need to add more brown to it, and then blue? No, that's making it more yellow. And if I do that, see, it's making it more purple. I might just make Yennefer at this point. Yennefer from The Witcher. Yeah, I kind of like that piercing purple. Oh! This is why I'm an idiot. Okay, see, now it's turning more brown. Okay, maybe at some point it was like turning brown. And I wanted that dark brown, but nah. I'll make it more purple. I want it to be like a vibrant purple. Yeah, okay. That's the color I'm gonna go with. Because I am terrible. Yes, I am terrible. Skin color. I like dark eyeliner. It's surprising that they don't have like eyeliner shadow. Eyelid color. Okay, so facial features. Make her look young. This is turning into a nightmare. I apologize to anyone who is watching this. They're probably like, get on with the game. I don't, well. You know, I never noticed that they actually have like an IV attached to you. I never noticed that. You learned something new in the game. Okay, so we'll return. Name, I don't know. I'm gonna go just with Yen. This is Yen. Yep, this is Yen. That's all I'm gonna call her, because I don't expect anybody to watch this personally. So, yes, finalized contract. Beast blood pellet. Ripped apart flesh of one enemy's being rained upon by their... Yeah, see, I am terrible at reading and I don't have my glasses on. Because usually I don't play video games with my glasses on. I hate it. Because my headsets are so tight. But...
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
See, I swear, he looks so much like German. The Bloodstar beasts. I still don't know what these things are. That's the one thing I'm like not 100% on. And I am by no means an expert on Bloodborne. I just like the aesthetics of it.
You found yourself a hunter.
And don't ask me how to say that name, because I am terrible with names. So. Oh, I may regret this choice. I didn't realize how tiny my vitality pool is. Oh, jeez. Inspect. Handwritten, scrawled. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Open door does not open from this side. Okay, so oh boy, this is gonna be a nightmare. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare. And mind you, I'm doing this by myself, all alone. I am going to die. Okay. Freak of subjection. Oh no. Um. Press R1 to right hand attack. Lock on and release. Okay. See, I am, this might not be a wise idea, cause I'm going to die. I'm hoping, God, I'm hoping, cause I might have screwed this up a little bit. Oh no! I was hoping I could get him. I know they say, okay. Yeah, see. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Yep. Oh, yep, this turned out to be... Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out! Oh, just get out, just get out. Just get out, get out. Oh, just get out, just get out. Just, oh! Oh, lordy, oh, lordy, oh, lordy. Oh, I might have gone the wrong way. Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm so very, very dead. I'm so very, 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 very dead. I'm so very, oh, jeez. I have no idea where I'm going. I have nowhere I'm going. Oh, wait. There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Ah! Oh, dang it. I was so close. I was so close. You have died. I did a lot better than my last playthrough. Online use only, cannot be used on offline. Okay, blood vials. Basically, what I am going to be chugging like nothing before. Welcome to Hunter's Dream. Oh, sorry, I had to take a drink. I know my mic's super sensitive. Yep. An inanimate doll. See, I'm going to go with the saw cleaver. 'Cause last time I did with the threaded cane, and I didn't necessarily like it. So I think I'm gonna do with the saw cleaver. That's just me, because I think I did something wrong last time. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna go this time. So, oh, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, dang it, dang it. This is gonna take some time to get used to, cause I forgot how to hit everything. And I know people say go with this one, but I'm gonna go with Hunter's Pistol this time, I think. Yeah, I think I did Hunter's Pistol. I don't remember. Switch. Hunter's Mark. Don't hit down. Ah! Inventory. Haha. Use. Ah, dang it. Okay, arms. Okay, there we go. Quick items. Hunter's Mark. Right? Stats. Okay. Okay, so if I remember... I might regret this build. Because that takes quite a bit. Close. Close. Okay. So, do. So I got currently one audience member. Thank you for joining the stream. This isn't going to be like a serious Let's Play. It's more of like, you sit down, chat with me, ask questions, and I'll give my opinion. I don't know. Like I said, this is a new thing I'm trying. No, currently right now Jacksepticeye is replaying this, so we're gonna see how well I do with the saw cleaver. No, that's not right. What is this thing called? Oh, I was right. I was like, I almost said Hunter's Axe, but I was like, no, that's not right. Oh. Oh, Jesus. I gotta learn how to use this thing. I just lost all of my blood echoes. What are we chatting about? I don't know. It could be literally anything. How bad I am at Bloodborne, even though I like this game. I like the aesthetics, because it reminds me of, like... No, you're not bad luck. I'm just terrible at this game. No, like, no joke, guys. There was a reason I never completed Bloodborne back in my college days, because I get mad at this game. I am probably the worst Bloodborne. Oh, Jesus! Ah, I'm. Okay. Wait, is he dead? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, God. No joke, guys. I really think I made a bad mistake on choosing that noble sector. No, I've seen worse. This is just the first level, guys. This is... I've seen bad players. No, yeah. Count me one of the worst. I keep telling people I should change my gamer name to worst gamer girl ever. I am really, 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 really bad at this game. Oh, is there still... I was like, open the gates. Which... There, go. What the... Okay. Oh, quicksilver bullets. Yeah, I don't do well at Call of Duty. That was one reason I quit playing online. Because I was terrible at it. Plus, I hate first person. Well, okay. I'm bad at first person shooters. I used to play a lot of them. I used to play COD under my brother's account. And, yeah, some of the community members are like, oh, you made us lose. And I will like, yeah, I'm sorry. I prefer playing healers, you know? How dare you best is solid, huh? How dare you I don't understand what you mean by that. I'm like I said, I am terrible at video games, but I like playing them because they're an outlook. Okay, so we're in Central Yarnum, and I gotta get up there, but I want to find these guys. Okay, here he comes. Oh, he caught me on fire. Okay, this was a bad. Oh, that was a bad. I am really starting to regret. I think I know why Wade told me not to play Noble Blood, or the Noble Sect. And see, he didn't even give me any blood vials. Oh, I just one-shotted him. Okay. Yeah, I am cursed because I'm playing I'm playing a game that I am terrible at. But anywho, so if you're just tuning into the stream, you may be asking yourself, why am I not playing Cyberpunk 2077? The reason is my file got corrupted again. So I don't know if any of my save files saved, because I actually had to. Destiny 2 is good. I mean, I tried Destiny 1. I tried playing it. It was... Oof, that's rough. Yeah, I tried playing Destiny 1 back when the PlayStation 4 came out. I actually got the bundle package, like, of the white PlayStation with the first Destiny game. It was fun to a certain point, but I hated the fact you had to pay for the DLC to continue the story, because I got to the point where I was like, I think I was like level 15, and then everything was like, you have to buy the DLC to continue the storyline. And I was like getting frustrated because I was getting like, oh, that scares the crap out of me every time. But yeah, I tried playing Destiny, yeah, he's angry. Fear the infected ones. Light the fires. Yay! Now you can transfer. Yeah, he's angry. Yeah, I tried playing Destiny 1, as I said before. I got frustrated when Destiny 2 came out and they did the exact same thing as Destiny 1 with the stupid DLCs, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. It is not worth it. I don't want to just play by myself. If I want to play an online game, I would like to play with my friends. Quick items. I'm gonna grab those pebbles as a quick item. Okay, that's... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I was like, where's my gun? I didn't equip it. Wait, where is my gun? Please tell me I didn't do something wrong. What the freak? Did I not get a gun? Why can't I use? What did I do wrong, people? Because I can't even switch over to weapons. Okay. 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 There we go. You ever thought of doing Minecraft survival? Years and years ago I thought of, doing it, but, oh, this is gonna be bad, guys, because I forget how to shoot. But, Minecraft in general, I wouldn't mind playing. You piece of... You seriously made me lose... Oh, I'm so mad. That guy made me lose a shot. So Minecraft Survival, I mean, I don't think I have Minecraft anymore on my, PlayStation, and, I don't know. Is it still free, or do you have to pay for it? I forget. So, I'm gonna... What the heck? Oh, that's why. I think you're gonna pay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to pay, unfortunately. That's like, shoot. The downside of it. Yeah, that's the thing I'm, like, concerned about. So... I kinda wanna go down this way to explore Old Yarnum. Or no, this is Central Yarnum. What am I talking about? Oh, right! Yeah, that guy! No, 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 no. So, I actually want to wait until these guys come back. Because they do rotate around. Yeah, I think I have to pay for it, and I don't have currently any money in my account, so... But, games I would want to play... Like I said, I would want to play... Again, Cyberpunk 2077. I would like to finish that Let's Play. Maybe revisit Ghost of Tsushima. Because I really like that game. I like the story in it. I just kind of quit playing it. Because other games were coming out at the time. And, you know, YouTube wants you to follow that trend. And I guess I'm kind of following the trend because Jacksepticeye is currently now replaying Bloodborne, or he's playing Bloodborne because he had an older video of Bloodborne that apparently didn't do so well. I wasn't watching Jack at the time. I was kind of busy with other things at the time, but I still don't. Lol. But yeah, lately I've been, like, as I mentioned before in my prior, like, videos, like my, other YouTube videos, I've been wanting to, start my own Twitch channel, and one of the things I would love to do is, DM, a couple of game ideas, like, I do what I want to do. Smiley face. Nobody can control what I do. I post Fortnite wins yesterday or something. Sorry for talking so much. Chatting about games and YouTube. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, this is called Let's Chat. It's not me really focusing on game per se. It's just me kind of chatting about. Because, I don't know, part of it, I feel like if you want to be on the internet nowadays, it's like so hard to just get started. Did these guys ever come back? It's like, okay. So I know there's this guy up here.
You that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya? Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
Trot along, will ya? That was... I apologize for any English viewers. That was a really bad accent. I don't know, it seems more and more nowadays it's kind of hard because you have to deal with, like, copyright issues and you gotta follow the trends and to be successful, at least. I also currently heard, like, you know, Twitch streamers are getting, like, banned. Like that, tell me about it. Yeah, it's almost impossible unless you have, like, agents. It's like now the new Hollywood thing is you have to be, I don't know, it almost seems like it's impossible to step in nowadays, and you know, I don't think I'm gonna make a career off of it, and I know I'm not. Oh, so I'm gonna go back up here. I'm gonna kind of have them wrap around, kind of kick off there. But I recently watched a video, you know, like I watch game theory and stuff like that, and Matt Pat seems like a really great guy. I would love to meet him in real life and ask him, like, hey, like, how do I get started on YouTube or Twitch? And he just recently did a video about, like, you know, how Twitch streamers are getting hit with, like, copyright claims when they start heading over to YouTube, and how Twitch is kind of, like, wanting to stay, like, independent, even though they're owned, like, by Amazon, which is, like, the multi-million-dollar conglomerate. Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. Oh, back up, back up. Oh, jeez. Why am I not healing? That's to hide it. And that's to hide that. What am I not doing right? What am I not doing right? I am forgetting so much. Am I supposed to hold it down? I am forgetting so much stuff. Yep, there we go. Help! I'm doing something terrible. Yeah, going back to saying that, Matt Pat recently did a video about Twitch streamers and how, Twitch stream doesn't really have an automated system to detect, when somebody's using, like, copyrighted material. And I understand part of that, the whole copyright issue and things like that, because there was a time when, like, creators, like songwriters, you could literally take a song from, like, somebody who wrote and created it, and see, cursed beast. Okay, so, and see, that takes bullets, and that's to hide it. Where? Okay. I might need to do some working around here. There's Molotov cocktails. The Hunter's Mark. Oh, sacrifice all blood echoes to awaken anew. Am I doing bads here? How in the diddly squat? Because that's to hide your weapons. That's to change. And you can only have 5. Switch. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? See, this is to unarm, and that's to fire. Yeah, see, and that just kills me. Okay. And yep, see, they took all my blood echoes. I'm probably gonna die again. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So that's... I remember now, it's actually a triangle. I forgot. This is why I am a terrible person, and Bloodborne is not my friend. Because I don't do Souls games. Because I forget. Time for long weapons. So, but yeah, oh god, what was I saying? But yeah, going into like YouTube or Twitch nowadays, it's like, I don't know, it seems almost impossible. And do you still play with Spider-Man? I like RPGs and leveling games. I like role-playing games. Spider-Man and I, unfortunately, right now, due to not time differences, work-related schedules, I don't have a lot of time to, like, sit down and enjoy a lot of games. And the days that I do get off, I am often very exhausted because I do work long hours in order to pay for a lot of stuff. Currently, right now, I'm actually, again, planning to go back to school, but right now I have to deal with taxes, and this is my first year filing with a W-2. For those of you who don't know, if you're tuning in and you're not from the States, you have to get your work files together in order to go to an expert, a tax expert. I have one this year, and I have to pay her, and it's not cheap. I don't trust, like, the places where, oh, you get your tax records for free at, like, for example, TurboTax. I don't trust them, personally, because when something is free, you always have to, like, oh, they're probably gonna get a commission out of you for filing your taxes. And I'm like, no. If you're saying it's free, I don't trust it. It's just from experience. So yeah, but video games that I do like RPGs. I'm more of a platformer. I do like platformers, but I'm niche about platformers. I don't play like the Crash Bandicoot series like Jacob is currently right now, or Spider-Man is playing. Because that wasn't my childhood. I kind of see, when I was growing up, this is a very interesting thing. When I was growing up, when I was about 2 years old, my dad got a brand new spanking PC. And mind you, this is back in the 90s. So computers look completely different than they do now. And it was this big white box. And I think it was from a company that their logo was a cow. Somebody's going to have to look this up. But the logo was like a cow print design on it. And it was like this brand new PC. I was 2 years old, and my dad, he had bought it with a demo CD, and it was for Tomb Raider 2. It was back 1997, Tomb Raider 2, and it had the demo for the Italian level, which where you were in Venice, Italy, and you drove around the boats and stuff and swam. Now, I was 2 years old at the time, and I was a very tactical child, so I would press buttons and keys and stuff like that. I remember I would drive around the boat for hours, and that was my entertainment. And so, growing up, I kind of had a jump start in, like, PC gaming and stuff like that, because I would play, like, Tomb Raider. I would never finish any of those games, and that's actually where I got my name, LaraHawk, because at the time, I was living in an area where there were tons of hawks, and I always thought they were, like, the coolest animal ever. And Lara Croft was, like, my hero. She was, like, my icon, because, I had family members who still lived in England, and they still do, I should mention. I still have family members who live in England. And so I felt like a spiritual connection to Lara Croft. So that's why I got my name LaraHawk, my gaming name. And that's actually what started me on gaming. I had like T-rated games when I was like, probably I shouldn't have. Of course I had like E-rated games, but they were mostly like, like those old crappy like tie-in movie video games. That was kind of what I grew up with, but I played a lot of Tomb Raider games. That was like my jam growing up. So it was what started me on the path of playing more and more video games. My first ever video game that I bought for myself was Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness for the PlayStation 2 when we finally got a PlayStation 2. Now my older brother, I have an older sister, an older brother, and a younger brother. My older brother, now he used to come and visit us because that was from my dad's first marriage. I have an older brother and a sister from my dad's first marriage, and my younger brother is from my mom and dad's marriage. So my dad had two wives, not at the same time, hopefully, to my knowledge. But when he came over and played, he had his own PlayStation. Now, I was allowed to play on the PlayStation some of the times, because he had the BMX games, and that was something he let me play, even though I was terrible at it. I usually played the free roam there. But when we moved away, we moved across state, and I couldn't visit my older brother because he was heading off to college when I was like, I think I was like 4 when he was heading off to college. And so we didn't have a PlayStation for the longest time. We only had the PC, and I would play like computer games, like, this is going to sound really old school. You guys are going to probably laugh at me. But does anybody remember Putt Putt? It was like one of those humongous games. Yeah, I'm probably like, you guys are like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, but it was that was the game that I played besides Tomb Raider, like all the Tomb Raiders up till Angel of Darkness. But when I was, I think 6 years old when that game came out, I had begged my parents to, you know, let me have a PlayStation, and my dad had convinced my mom to get us a PlayStation, so we got a PlayStation 2, and it was like, the hot new item. Everybody was like trying to get a PlayStation 2. And when we finally did get a PlayStation 2, the first game I ever bought was Angel of Darkness. And needless to say, there was not a very happy Anna that year. I was very, very upset because not only did the game not work, but when we returned it and got another game, I found out how terrible the controls were. Because the game that I had bought, the first one, because here's the second part of it, the first disc we bought turned out to be a corrupted one. So we got a refund and we bought a second one, thinking it was going to be okay. It didn't. I was so frustrated, I literally threw it outside my window. My parents were super upset with me, but I was more upset with myself because I was like, I felt betrayed because I had loved Lara Croft so much when that game finally came out in like 2003. And for a while, I did not play any video games. I think it was like almost a year I didn't play the PlayStation, and my mom was kind of frustrated with me because, at the time it was like super expensive, which was like maybe $300. It was somewhere around there. I can't remember, but with inflation, you're saying, what? It costs like $200? Nowadays, it probably would have cost like, I don't know, $500 if it came out in real lifetime, like the PlayStation 5. But anyway, so yeah, I was a salty kid that year. I was so upset. So I'll try to kill these guys. Like I said, I'm just here to do some like chats. It's not really meant to be. Oh, yep. Like I said, this. I'm thinking I'm gonna regret choosing a noble. You guys are just gonna be watching this like area for a while because I'm gonna be so terrible. But so, what are your guys' like favorite video games? Like, I know you say sorry, that you prefer like RPGs and leveling games. Like, what kind of leveling games? Like, are you talking more of like roguelikes where you have to like kind of similar? Well, I wouldn't say yeah, roguelikes, because I was gonna say like, I was gonna almost say like Metrovanias, but that's almost like a different. Yeah, I think I'm gonna really start regretting. No? So you don't really. Okay, so no Metrovanias. Okay, so what way? More like fantasy. So would you like the Final Fantasy series? More like. Cause I'm kind of torn because I never grew up with Final Fantasy, to be honest. I've heard about it and sort of. Borderlands sometimes. I tried it, not a fan. Um, See, Borderlands to me, that's still borderline on like first person shooter. They only have like a leveling mechanic to it just to add. I don't know. That Borderlands is kind of confusing to me because some of the elements it has like RPG tendencies, but RPGs is, if you break it down, it's role playing. to me, RPGs is allowing you to create your own character from the get-go. And a lot of times that one isn't, like, Borderlands to me, you're playing a specific character to that universe. So that's not you taking a part of it. I don't know, I'm probably ticking off people saying like that, because to me, I don't consider Borderlands an RPG. I consider it a first person. I wouldn't even say a rogue, because the rogue genre, usually you play a character, but it's, I don't know, that's a hard question, because I've always considered Borderlands a first person shooter for first and foremost, because the only thing you are essentially trading is like the guns, because it has like specific stat based on that, but RPGs don't necessarily need stats. Well, I mean, they do, but usually it's, see, that's one of the things, it's so hard to say, because if you look at like general baseline RPGs, like I always tell people, go back to like tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons or like Pathfinder or Vampire the Masquerade. Those games, you had to use the stats in order to roll for your chances of success or failure. And that's what I considered an RPG, a role-playing game. Rogues, to me, I grew up where it was kind of like a beat-em-up rogue, where you were in a specific area, you beat up all the enemies, and then you went to the next level. That was what I considered a rogue-like game. So, well, yes, it's true, but I don't know how to say there's plenty of plays that are RPGs. It's odd. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where Borderlands is like bordering on RPG, but that's more of like, for example, the biggest genre that's currently out is character-driven games. Bayonetta and what was it? Devil May Cry. They were often called character-driven games or something. I can't remember the term that they were using. But to me, that's almost similar to a roguelike, because you beat up a certain amount of characters in a game level before you continue on, but you follow the journey of the character. Somebody needs to literally make a dictionary. I know, excuse me, I just ate before I started this session, but somebody needs to actually, not like on Urban Dictionary, no, I'm like thinking of, somebody needs to come out with an encyclopedia on video games. Like every video game ever made. Because I heard recently that there were several video games that, with data corruption and everything, we will probably lose so many games from like the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 eras in a few years, And that's kind of scary to think, because like there have been like some really good games out there, like cult classics that people don't pay attention to. And to think that some of these games, like, like need to be remastered in order to preserve them is kind of scary, because in the back of my mind, there are some video games that need to be remembered for being bad, like insensitive bad and gameplay mechanics wise bad. But then there are like the hidden gems. Like I think back fondly of certain video games that need to be preserved, but they were like so niche, nobody wanted to play them. Like, what was in it? SpongeBob in the Battle for Bikini Bottom. That one just got remastered, and yeah, it was like, that was a niche kind of game, but it was received pretty well by fans. So the thing is, I will always say this, PC, you guys can always optimize your PCs to play older video games, but PlayStation and like Xbox even, they have been trying to preserve their video games with backwards compatibility and stuff like that. I think Xbox has been doing a better job than PlayStation, but there were so many video games that from like the PlayStation 1 era, and even sometimes, like I said earlier, the PlayStation 2 were exclusive and they don't ever get remastered or anything. Because, like, I think part of the reason I don't like Bloodborne is it's stuck at 30 frames per second in the game. And I've been really playing, like, games that are 30 frames per second. And people are like, oh, you can adapt. No, the thing is, once you get to a point in your life and you're so used to more modern video games, it's kind of hard to go back and play older video games. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like so terrified to like start my Twitch game, is because if I get like Steam, I would love to do a whole like chronicle arc of Tomb Raider games, like playing them from like the very first Tomb Raider until the latest Tomb Raider. But I'm like, I have not played Tomb Raider 1 since the early 2000s. And that is like, oh my god. That is going to be so terrible, because GTA is an RPG. No. Okay, so the stats on that, it's not an RPG. Because that one, you can play the whole game without leveling up your character. That's more of a story-driven game. Because if you look back at the older GTA games, they were not strategic at all. They were more story-driven games. They were, like, even back when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, there was no leveling system. It was basically the early sandbox era. Because if you look at, like, the original GTA, like, back when it was, like, a top-down game, all you were pretty much doing was following a storyline of, like, robbing cars and getting so many stars. To me, GTA 5 is not an RPG, in my opinion. I think that is more of a narrative story arc game. Well, actually, no. I think it's more classified as a sandbox game nowadays. Because even though it has elements of RPG in it, you're still controlling the characters. Now, if you're talking about GTA Online, that kind of borderlines more towards the RPG-esque, because you're creating your own character on the online proportion. But if we're talking about strictly the story of GTA 5 with Trevor, Franklin, and Michael, that is a open world sandbox story, in my opinion. I may be totally off, and you have your own right to opinionate that, but to me, if we're talking about like the main game, then that is not an RPG. Oh no, you were talking online. Okay, yeah, like I said, that one's more onto the borderline of RPG, because you do get to create your own character and you do have to level up your stats, so to say, to earn money. Which one of the reasons why I don't play GTA Online anymore is because, when I'm doing an online mission and some guy who's a level 1000 comes up and just shoots me because he has like the miniguns, and I literally had to deal with a mission by myself. Yeah. I'm slightly hating GTA Online, and I'm also starting to hate I'm gonna say it twice. Red Dead Redemption Online too. Because I really wish they would update Red Dead Redemption 2 in their story arc. Because I really think that one had potential, but no, everybody's going to GTA Online. It's where we're most profitable. I'm upset with Rockstar Gaming because of that, because you have an audience who really loves Westerns. I quit both the games. Yeah, that's one of the things I think Rockstar is like failing, I think if they are going to play, or so I've heard rumors, I should say this. I've heard rumors that they are actually going to make Bully 2, which I am so excited for, because Bully was actually one of the few games I really, really loved. I would love to actually play Bully. I just don't have because I think you have to be on PlayStation Now to play Bully. I don't know, I have to double check, but Bully, guys, play Bully. Never played it, always wanted to. Dude, it is so good. It's like early it's like almost GTA 4 without like all the grand larceny, and it's like going to boarding school. I don't know if people have ever gone to boarding school. I've never gone to boarding school, but I have family members who have gone to boarding school because it's the thing you do in England. Well, I shouldn't say you do, because they do have like public schooling, but if you want to get into like a really good academy, like a university in England, you can go to a private boarding school where they offer more curricular activities to help you gain entry. There's still some boarding schools in England, but it's more for like notoriety, like, oh, like here in the US, we have private schools. You can go to a private school. Or you can go to my microphone just died on me. Hold on. I need to actually get a new headset wire actually to interconnect my headset. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, definitely play Bully. It's very interesting to say the least. I'm hoping Bully 2 allows us to play like a new character, and I personally would love it to be like a sequel. Yeah, sure will. Yeah, definitely. If you guys get a chance, and I think it's on PlayStation Now, and I just don't want to pay the subscription fee because I think it's like $40 a month or something. I don't know, or $40 a year. But anyway, Bully, I forget, because I remember in England they can't use the term bully, and I think it's some weird Latin phrasing. I don't know. I have to look it up, but I don't have my phone with me because unfortunately I had to charge it today because, no joke, guys, so my mom had to go into surgery, and we had to get there at 11 o'clock in the morning. Now, it took us 45 minutes to get there, so I was up by 8 o'clock, and we were out the door by at least, I would say 10. Took us, or no, I would say almost 10:30. So we got there 30 minutes before surgery, and I was there until almost 5 o'clock. So I had to sit there for 1, 2, 3, like 4 hours, almost 4 hours. I was in the lobby from like 11 till about 1, because then I was like, oh, I better go get something to eat, because they said, yeah, it's going to take a while. So when I got back at 2, they said, oh, it's probably going to be another hour. And I was like, okay, just call me when the surgery's done. So I went and I did some shopping. I wanted to buy my mom a new phone case because she just got a new phone. And I bought the wrong one. Because I thought, oh, she has like the standard version of the Samsung 21. It was the Ultra, and I didn't look. So spent like $60, but I think half of that was more on the case, because it was like one of those otter cases. But anyway, so I got back after an hour of shopping, and they were like, oh, we just put the sutures in, she has to stay here for another hour, just to monitor, so then afterwards you can take her. And I was like, okay. I went back into the car because the office I was like, the waiting area I was waiting in had terrible, terrible reception. And I couldn't watch like anything or read anything on my phone. So I sat in my car for that hour until I was like, oh, it's almost 5 o'clock. I better go back in. And they say, yeah, she's doing great. She's coming out. And here comes my mom. She has a huge bandage across her face. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I can't feel anything. So, and they say, yeah, you'll have to come back tomorrow. And unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow. So, but I do enjoy zombies on Call of Duty. I don't play multiplayer anymore because how bad it's got, but zombies, that's what I play with no one. Yeah, see, I don't play a lot of Call of Duties because I kind of been, I get, is there such a thing? Like, you get so tired of like a new Call of Duty. Actually, that's a really important question. Like, would you guys mind like not having a Call of Duty every year? Because I think that's an important thing. Because I think people eventually get worn out of Call of Duty. Because I feel like that with Halo. Because I remember, like, I don't know how old you guys are, but I remember when Halo 1 first came out, it was the hugest thing ever, and everybody was like, when's Halo 2 coming out? When's Halo 2 coming out? And then when Halo 2 came out, everybody's like, Halo 3, Halo 3. And when Halo 3 came out, it kind of finited the story for Master Chief, and I think that was probably when Bungie was like, yeah, we're done doing this, and then they handed it to 343, and I think they were the ones who made Halo Reach. I personally liked Halo Reach because that was an interesting story, and you got to play like a very unique group of Spartans and kind of see how the war began. Like I said, I'm one of those people who will not mind a prequel, and I'm probably a minority in that sense, but yeah, I loved Halo 2. That one, I think Halo 2 did better in the graphics department. Halo 3, I kind of was like, there were some things about Halo 3 I was like, it looks kind of, I felt part of Halo 3 was a little rushed in some areas, maybe graphically wise. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I liked Halo 2 too. Especially the multiplayer. That one was fun. Where you got to like craft your own little maps and stuff. Or no, wait, was that Halo Reach? Yeah, I played Halo 2. See, I didn't have a Xbox growing up. I only have a PC and PlayStation growing up, so I would actually go to my friend Sam's house. No, it was Halo 2. Okay, I was like, wait, was it Halo 2 that introduced like customized maps that you can make and then you could play on them, like sandbox mode? So yeah, I was right. Okay, I was like, was it Halo 3 or 2? But yeah, so I actually had to go over to a friend's house in order to play Halo. And actually, speaking of like Xbox games, my second favorite Xbox game was Fable. Fable 2, actually. I would go over to my brother's house, my older brother. He had kids of his own, and he bought him an Xbox. And we would play Fable 2 all throughout the night. Because, I don't know, it was the only thing in the house at the time. I think my brother was like a little old for playing games because he was working so many hours. But, you know, Fable 2 and, was it Rock Band? I think it was Rock Band. And we would play that, and I would be the singer, my cousins would play the drums, and my nephews would play bass and guitar. I tried playing drums one time, and it didn't turn out well. I realized I have rhythm, but not the rhythm, because I don't know, drums on Rock Band or any kind of like musical band doesn't feel right. You know, I have played real drums. I wasn't very good at them because my left hand was like terrible, especially when I was trying to play cymbals. I don't know, maybe it was my setup, but anyway, I was terrible at drums. I could play the bass really easily. Guitar, depends on the song. Drums, I was like, I can't get it right no matter how hard I try. Singing, I was like, okay. But yeah, if Xbox was like, they had some really good games that I was interested. Like Halo was one of them. Fable was the second one. Gears of War I played, but I wasn't really a fan of it because it was kind of like a cover shooter. And I mean, the story was kind of interesting about a world that had like an alien species like living underground, and humanity was like on the verge of like destruction and stuff like that. But I don't know. That one was like, because I think like in the early 2000s we were like heading towards more shooters, and I think that's what kind of turned me off of them. I don't know. I just remember playing like the early Halo games like set in World War II, which were like my favorite time period to kind of explore. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of like genres I played because I kind of like, I don't know, like other audience members, but does anybody remember like going to the arcade? You know, because I remember there used to be like this old arcade game with like the xenomorphs and stuff like that and the Terminators, and like what was it, Delta Force? For like Star Trek, the like Voyager Star Trek Delta Force, and it was like an old game where you played on like Star Trek Voyager, and you were going around the ship, and the Borg was like after you and stuff like that, and you had like Seven of Nine and other members from like Voyager help you throughout the journey and stuff like that. I don't know, but I remember going to like the arcade, and that was like my fondest memory. Oh, the arcade I actually I forgot to mention, like the old arcade that I used to go to had Mortal Kombat, like the first ever original Mortal Kombat or machine, and oh man, I would love playing Liu Kang and trying to learn how to do his what was it, like his unicycle kick? I don't know. I'm trying to remember all the moves. I'm terrible at Mortal Kombat because I always forget the codes and combinations, and usually when you play Mortal Kombat with your friends, it always ends up being like just mainly a slap fight. So yeah, so I don't know, it was just like, for me it was like PC, PlayStation, and arcade. So I don't know, I think at some point I got shootered out, you know. Oh, bicycle kick. Okay, see, I always called it a unicycle kick because I don't know, bicycle, it meant like he was kind of more, I don't know. I just called it the unicycle kick when I was a kid. I was dumb. But yeah, I used to play Liu Kang a lot. And the arcade I used to go to had it, and I was like, oh man, that would be so cool to have in my house. But I didn't have enough space, and I still don't. I mean, if you kind of think about it, it was kind of like a weird genre. Because games were kind of like a niche thing back in the day. And it was like, it was a boy thing to want to play video games. And it was even weirder for a girl to want to play video games. I don't know. If we looked back in time, we would say, why do the Mario Brothers, they're plumbers, but they're killing like this giant turtle with spikes? What is that story? Or Donkey Kong and stuff like that. you know, I think like 1,000 years when we're all gone, people will be looking back and it's like, man, people had some weird ideas on video games, you know? I don't know. To me, Mortal Kombat isn't like the weirdest one. And don't ask me what the weirdest one is, because I can't think of what's weirder. I think. No, I'm gonna take that back. I was gonna say probably the weirdest game I've ever played was. What was it called? God, I can't think of it. It was like. Was it Life the Simulator? Not like the modern one. I think the weirdest game I've ever played would be. Huh. I don't know. That, like, I'm trying to think. Honestly, guys, I am trying to think what is the weirdest game I've ever played. Because you guys are going to have to look this up, but there was a video game called Knights Dream Warrior, I think it was. I just remember it was a Sega game, and it looked like a Harlequin character, but he looked almost like Sonic-esque. It was Take the Power of Jutsu. Something on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm like trying to think, because it was on the Wii. I remember it. But I think it was like a remake. And it was Knight something. It was made by Sega. I remember that. And the character looked like a jester. Like a Harlequin jester, you know? Like, I don't know. That one was weird. And I know it was like a platform and the character flew in between like stars, and their whole deal was like battling nightmares and stuff like that for kids. And the weirdest thing was, I don't know to this day if that character was male or female or whatever gender it was. Because that was like the weirdest thing. Scratch that, Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal to me wasn't as strange to me. Because to me that actually made more sense if you looked at like the characters' storylines. Because to me, Calypso, if you actually look up the story of Calypso, was always to be a deceiver. And the idea that this character, the devil, manipulates these people to believe that they're like needing something to prove and to enter into this carnage mayhem in order to like prove that they're like the strongest or the most powerfulest in order to get a single wish is not as strange to me, actually. Is not that strange to me. I don't know, maybe I'm just like twisted myself, because I've read a lot of stories that had to deal with like devils and stuff like that. I don't know. Actually, Dante's Inferno is like one of my favorite books to actually like read through, because it's kind of interesting, because the guy actually got kicked out of his own city for bashing the governance, and he was in exile when he wrote his story, like the Divine Comedy, and especially Dante's Inferno, the section called Inferno. It bashed so many popes, and I'm actually surprised there wasn't like a Catholic uprising, because so the story behind that is Dante was bashing several high figures in his home city of Florence. So he got banished, and I think he ended up going to some other like northern city in exile, and he was like banished from ever entering his hometown of Florence. And so he felt that the papacy, the Catholic Church at the time, was heading in such a wrong direction. And that he thought by writing Inferno, it was going to reform policies in the church. Because, remember, this is, I think, shortly after, like, which pope am I trying to think? Pope Alexander the 13th or 12th? You know, the one that, oh, it was the Borgia guy. You know, Cesare Borgia from, like, Assassin's Creed 2, his, like, dad. I forget what his, like, pope name was. But, yeah, Dante wrote that book, I think, after the Borgias, and realized, hey, the church may be corrupted because you can literally buy your way into the papacy, and it's more about, you know, being quote-unquote king of all kings, you know? And, yeah, and he wrote that shortly after that, the whole, I'm not gonna, don't look this up, or look this up, correct me if I'm wrong, but he wrote because he believed, like, the church was not caring about, like, you know, what was supposed to be important. It was supposed to be about the scripture of the Bible, and to teach the people about the Bible. So he wrote, like, hey, the church is corrupt. These popes are doing terrible, terrible things. They are going to go to hell, you know? And, I'm actually surprised that there wasn't an uprising when he wrote this. You know? And it would take hundreds of years later until, Lutheran, or, what was his name? Another German priest, you know where the Lutheran church comes from, is he believed that the church was also corrupt. And so he created Lutheranism, or the Lutheran church, so to say. Of course, then the Church of England, a few years later, abandoned the papacy of the Roman Catholic Church and became Protestants. Yeah. Needless to say, Dante's Inferno is, like, a very interesting insight to the journey of hell. But, oh! That's actually a good point. Did anybody remember Dante's Inferno? Like, not the book, but the actual video game made by EA? It was like a hack and slash, like God of War. Like, back when God of War was, like, an old school hack and slash where you pulled back the camera. I'm not bashing the new God of War. That game is, like, I cannot wait for God of War 2, but can we at least have the camera pulled back a little bit? Because it's so annoying to play. I had a friend who had God of War, and he let me play it. Or my brother had God of War on the PC, and I got so frustrated on it because I kept dying because I couldn't detect the enemies fast enough. I kind of wish the camera was pulled back a little more. It's not a third-person action game, you know? Even in those games, they pull back the camera a little bit for you to fight. But no, Dante's Inferno from EA. Oh, that also reminds me of Alice Madness Returns. That was I really liked that game, but that one, I don't know how I feel about it. Because on the one hand, I liked the game's story, but there's some sections I feel like it went on too long. And, I think the story, I wished it had some better, I don't know. I wish the tie-ins would have been better and we would have had boss battles, except that one boss battle. So, but Alice Madness Returns, that was another trippy game to say the least. Oh, I'm sorry you have to leave, but Thanks for chatting with me. I might actually be wrapping up here pretty soon and see if my stupid cyberpunk game is working. If it is, I might actually just do a let's play of that if that works. But yeah, if you guys are tuning in at a later date and you guys want to see more of these let's chats, please let me know. I kind of like venting to you guys, you know? I might be just venting to myself sometimes, but I really like this idea, so I hope I can do more. Even though there's not a lot of gameplay, I hope to do this in possibly a future video. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Oops, gotta be careful because I can't break that. I will catch you guys later. Bye for now.